Alright, everybody. Hello and welcome to Between the Chalk Lines, first ever episode. Maybe watching this on YouTube or on one of several different podcast platforms. Thank you for watching or listening. If you haven't already, please follow us at youtube.com/@sign between the chalk lines. We're on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Just look up Between the Chalk Lines. You should be able to find us and follow us. My name is Randy Nunez, and I'll be your host for the evening. This should be Monday, about noon or lunchtime for most of you all. And what we're talking about today is the 2023/24 free agency season for Major League Baseball. As we know, last week on Wednesday, the Texas Rangers just won their first ever championship in franchise history. Arizona Diamondbacks could not pull it off. They're down 3 games to 1. Unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles. Um, as a thank you to all you listening, watching, or following on social medias, we're giving away this 1993 Topps Derek Jeter rookie card rated PSA 9 mint. Again, I'll be doing an interview with Cash Shake of the Dubai-based baseball league this Friday, and it should be coming out that weekend. So I'll be announcing the winner of that contest then. Thank you again for watching this very first episode. If you are, or you even listen to it, if you've gone this far, and then just stop talking about random stuff, and we're gonna get into the free agents. Alright, so we're gonna go over some of the more important details of free agency. A lot of players on this list will have a qualifying offer attached to them, which means that if the team extends them this qualifying offer, which this year is set at $20.3 million for 1 year service, then they decide to decline that offer and sign with another team. That other team does have to give up a draft pick next year, 2024. So, I believe only about 12 or 13 players have ever accepted a qualifying offer in the history of its existence. So I highly doubt that any of these players will be taking their qualifying offer. And some of them, I don't believe that their teams will even extend it to them. And we'll get to that. So, starting off with the biggest area of need for all teams. You all know that pitching wins games, and defense does as well, and then a little bit of offense, but mainly pitching. Here, our top free agent is Shohei Ohtani of the LA Angels, repping today. He does come with a qualifying offer attached to him. So if the Angels offer him $20.3 million, which is usually just the business formality that happens between a lot of these players and their teams. It's usually declined, therefore, that team will get the draft pick. But we all know that Ohtani is probably worth more, around $40 million a year. And with the Angels, they'll be missing a true right fielder, and they were missing a second catcher unless Wahab and Stassi work it out as a duo. They have Jury at second base. They have Rendon, well, like saying quotation mark, because he's using the injury list at third base. And they have young guys in Zach Noto and Nolan Shenwell at first and short. as well as Moniak in the outfield. He played center and he can play left or right. Dell, he played outfield as well. And the big thing about Joe Dell is that he is out of options. So if they put him on the 40-man roster and decide that they need to send him back to the minors, he goes on a waiver wire where any of the other 29 teams can come up and take him for themselves. So Dell, 0 year, to prove everyone wrong that that is just. Getting back to Otani, again, I think the Angels will send him that qualifying offer for the end of the day, Monday, today, and just get that business out of the way and have their true offer ready to give him what he declines that. We also have Sonny Gray. He has a qualifying offer attached to him. If he declines it, he gets a draft pick. The Minnesota Twins. And they may or may not extend him. We don't know. Blake Snell, the San Diego Padres. That is a whole other story in itself. In short, the Padres front office had to take out a $50 million loan just to cover expenses, which included payroll for their players. They did not have enough coming in to pay their players. Aaron Nola of the Phillies, another man that has a qualifying offer attached to him. He may, I'm assuming, get that qualifying offer or from coming out on QO from the Phillies, and then they work out a deal if he declines it. We also have closer for the Padres who has a QO attached to him and draft pick. Cody Bellinger, who declined the second year of the 2-year contract he signed with the Cubs, which was a player option, also has a QO attached to him. So if he and the Cubs don't come to a deal, and the Cubs do give him the $20 million QO for 1 year, I say he will decline it, looking for something 5+ years. Then the Cubs get a draft pick. Rhys Hoskins, the Phillies, is a really, really, really tough one. He has a QO attached to his free agency, and after having ACL injury that he just had, I don't think that the Phillies will extend that qualifying offer, which will allow him to be an unrestricted free agent, and any team will sign him. But I may be wrong, and the Phillies might have some more hope and belief in Hoskins than I do. And then we also have Matt Chapman, third baseman of the Blue Jays, who will have a QO attached to him. Blue Jays will definitely extend that to him. He will definitely deny it and ask for a lot more money and a lot more years. And we also have Jorge Soler, who had a player option on a 2-year deal with the Miami Marlins, which he just declined after a great 2023 year. And he has a QO attached to him. So if the Marlins say, hey, we think you're worth $20 million 1 year, he's probably going to decline that. And then he may or may not stay in Miami for a lot longer, or peace out and go to another team elsewhere. I think it's going to be the latter, and he'll sign with another team, and the Marlins will end up getting a draft pick out of that. Teoscar Hernandez is another tough one with the Seattle Mariners. Great outfielder, a lot of power, all-star. He's got it all. He's in his early 30s. Doesn't seem to be showing a lot of decline at all. So I think the Mariners should extend this qualifying offer to him. Uh, and when he declines, try to work out a short-term deal because I think they'll be in the Otani race. And then we have finally JD Martinez of the Dodgers, who also has a QO attached to him. His age and production, injuries, and such. I don't believe that the Dodgers will extend him the $20 million QO, as they will definitely be 100% without a doubt in the Shohei Ohtani race to actually replace Martinez in the DH position. So, with all of these qualifying offer players out of the way, we'll just certainly stop pitching and go down throughout the bullpen and then position spots for big name free agents, quote unquote. Otani, after the fact that he will only be a DH in next year due to surgery recently, he can still be a two-way player, pitching at a high caliber and hitting in a high caliber as well. He's probably going to come in somewhere around $40 million a year, and I would guess 7 to 10 years. If not only just to have him Hall of Fame eligible, we'll probably need at least 5 years there. After that, it's pure cash. A very interesting starting pitcher who is not an MLB yet, he will win next year, is Yoshinobu Yamamoto of the Oryx Buffaloes in the Nippon League in Japan. He was a teammate of Masataka in Boston now. He had a great rookie year last year, 2023. I think he can say, hey, Yoshinobu, this is it. Boston's a big marketplace. You got fans here in the stands every day, every night, every game. And that's exactly what Yamamoto is looking for. Is a big market, big game, game place. It can be the Dodgers, it can be Red Sox, it can be the Yankees, it could be the Mets, it could be a lot of teams out there that I haven't named. The Blue Jays, definitely up there. As Johnson, Gray, Snow, and Nola have QOs attached to them. We have Jordan Montgomery of the Texas Rangers, who did very well for them. And they may try and go out there and should keep him on their championship team, but he can command a good amount of money and just go somewhere else as well, and without costing the team a draft pick. Eduardo Rodriguez is a very odd person, I would just say. He was AWOL the very first year of his contract with the Tigers in Detroit, and then this year he did okay, and as expected, he opted out of the rest of the contract, and now is a free agent. If they don't work out a deal, an extension, I would see a Rodriguez going to a team that needs a 3 or 4. Michael Wacha, the Padres actually declined their 2-year team option on him. Whether that's attached to the $50 million loan that they had to take out in September, I don't know. But Wacha can definitely fill the 5 or 4 spot for our team and be a clubhouse guy. I've met him, I talked to him. He's a really nice guy, and I think he'd be great for some up and coming pitchers. Now, on to the other side of the spectrum is Marcus Stroman, who had a player option and left the Cubs. He will now be an unrestricted free agent, and there's a lot of people who don't like Marcus Stroman. Sherman just rubs them the wrong way, says the wrong stuff, says the right stuff. It's really, depending on who you are and what kind of player you like. He stands up for his friends, he stands up for other players. So I think he's a good kind of player to have on your team that will bring others together and have a cohesive crowd. Moving on to the bullpen, we have left-handed pitcher Aaron Loop of the Angels. The team just announced that they claimed their team option on his contract, so he will be a UFA or unrestricted free agent after today. So I don't see the Angels looking to re-sign him, and he'll walk and go to another team. And the next three names are really big and really important. Aroldis Chapman, Chris Stratton, and Will Smith, pitcher, not the hitter or the actor. Chapman was pitching in high leverage situations for the Rangers during the postseason. He's done it for other teams. Obviously, he won a ring this time around. Chris Stratton came over in another deal, and he'll be leading probably not as high on the priority list for the Rangers and Chris Young, their general manager. Will Smith is an odd player to say the least. A lot of relief hitters don't perform back to back years, but he has become the first MLB, NHL, NBA, or NFL player to ever win 3 championships with 3 different teams in 3 consecutive years. In 21, it was the Braves. 22, it was the Astros. In 23, it was the Rangers. Where will he go next? And will he win a 4th ring? He is quite literally a one-man dynasty. Closers we come to Craig Kimbrell, who's had up and down years recently. So that will be interesting. He'll probably get a 1-year deal like he did last year. David Robertson of the Mets is your bargain bin closer. If you just need someone that can go out there in the 9th inning, give you 3 outs, hopefully, he can still do it. He got a little bit over a dozen saves in 2023. It was around 14 or so. So you can go out there and be a setup man or be a closer. And then you have the wild card, Jordan Hicks. We're really focused on high velocity and a lot of rotation on baseball. Jordan Hicks is that 100-mile-an-hour plus guy who can come out of the bullpen and close games for you. Again, he's also a little bit like Robertson, where he can either be a setup man or a closer. But with the, I hate to say control issues, but it's really that. Jordan Hicks might be best suited for the closing position or low leverage late relief innings. Josh Hader has a QO attached to him, like we mentioned before, but he is, without a doubt, the best closer in this list that we have, unless Aroldis Chapman became a closer again. After that, we move on to the infield, which actually is interesting because we have first baseman / center fielder and ex All-Star Rookie of the Year MVP and World Series winner in Cody Bellinger, who declined his side of the 2-year mutual option that he signed with the Cubs going into 2023. It was 2 years, one guaranteed, and a second for another $15 million if both sides agreed. Obviously, the Cubs said yes, but he said no. I bet myself I won. I did great. Had a good year. I think on the open market, I'll get several years and a lot more money than just 15 million. So, again, they could just go ahead and say, hey, we'll leave 1 year, 20.3 million, a qualifying offer. We'll say no, they'll get a draft pick, and move on. After that, we have another interesting name who actually might end up retiring instead of just signing with a team. But first baseman Joey Votto of formerly Reds, they declined their team option and bought him out in 2024. So he is now free to either renegotiate, maybe possibly become a DH for them, or a backup first baseman. Again, it's really hard. He's played 17 seasons with the Reds. He is, without a doubt, a seasoned veteran. He is missing a little bit of hardware. He's been an all-star. He's been a Gold Glove. I believe he's also won a Silver Slug award. The Joey Votto is a tough one for me. I would say Angels, but they have Shanwell. He came up right away after the draft, almost quite literally right away. I think he spent about 2.5 weeks down there. So if the Angels feel the need for a backup, since they have moved on from Jared Walsh, Joey Votto may be an answer to that. Rhys Hoskins, probably not going to get a qualifying offer from the Phillies, and I believe he will have to move on to another team as backup or possibly sign a minor league deal and try and break through camp during spring. And then we have first baseman slash third baseman slash designated hitter in Justin Turner, who declined his player option for 2024 in the 2-year deal that he signed with the Red Sox. So he performed well enough where he thinks he can get more years and more money with another team in 2024 and beyond. This one is also an odd one for me. Second baseman slash outfielder with Merrifield. He believes is 35 years old, I believe, which is fairly up there in baseball years, especially for an outfielder. And second base, he can probably still hold down that spot with the team. He's not going to get a blockbuster deal. Not going to be 5, 6, 7, 10 years. It's going to be between 1 and 3 years, most likely. But we do have Adam Frazier, who is a pure second baseman to the core, and I believe he can get 3+ years with a team and do well. The unfortunate news of the White Sox declining their team option on Tim Anderson, shortstop, bought him out. He is now a free agent. I don't think they're going to re-sign him. And Colson Montgomery will try and break him as the opening day shortstop. So Tim Anderson, go out there and get that deal with somebody. There's definitely a team that needs a shortstop. And we also have shortstop slash second baseman Elvis Andrews, who's the elder of this group along with Merrifield. But he's got a lot of years under his belt. and the experience could definitely help the team in need. Going to the backstop, we have pitcher slash DH, Mitch Garver, who just won a ring. And don't think the Rangers really need a catcher. Jonah Heim is a fantastic young catcher, can hit well. I've seen him hit a lot. And Texas Rangers will only give him a deal if it's short term and he'll play backup and probably most likely be DH. There's Gary Sanchez, and he, as we've seen from his New York days and onward, is very up and down. So that's a wild card. Yasmani Grandal is a catcher through and through. His deal with the White Sox just ran out, so he'll be looking for a new team. Interesting third baseman option starting off is, like I said, Matt Chapman has a qualifying offer attached to the Blue Jays. It would be not smart to give him that offer of $20 million for a year. I highly doubt he'll take it, and then we'll get a draft pick in 2024. But Matt Chapman is worthy of a 5+ year deal and probably finish out his career after that. Eduardo Escobar, former Angel, just had his team option declined for 24, so he's able to play third base adequately and first base adequately. Serviceable at best. That's why the Nets traded him away for the most part, and he is set to probably be a backup infielder, bench guy. Then we move on to Jaime Candelario, third baseman and first baseman, who can hit okay. He's not the greatest hitter of all time by any means, and he is neither the greatest defense player of all time at either position. And the final third baseman is a wild story because the Yankees have been waiting for this guy to be off the team. Josh Donaldson was cut and then signed a minor league deal with the Brewers. Never made it to the majors with them, but now he's a free agent. Going on to the outfield, a certain center with Mike Trout's twin brother, Kevin Kiermaier. This guy has so many gold gloves, it's insane. He is probably the best center fielder defense-wise when it comes to metrics and awards and all of that. And you just can't deny the fact that this guy is a fantastic player in the outfield. It's still hit for average and a little bit of power, but the prime thing that you're looking at for Kevin Kiermaier is the defense. So look for a team that is leading in center field as far as defense. And has some money to spend. He's not a spring chicken by any means. This one is an interesting one. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Came along from Cuba with Yuli Gurriel Jr. is not attached to any qualifying offer, even though he has followed all the rules to where he would have a qualifying offer. But due to his contractual obligations before he came to the States, you don't have to worry about that. So if you need a left fielder that was just in postseason and has other postseason experience that can hit a little bit, Gurriel is your guy. And speaking of hitting, right fielder slash DH, truly more of a DH, Jorge Soler he declined his player option, on a 2-year deal that he just signed with the Miami Marlins. So he does have a qualifying offer attached to him, and I don't think the Marlins are going to think a DH is straight up worth $20 million, even though he can't play one corner outfield position. Besides that, I think Jorge Soler is going to go to a team as a strictly DH. And we have Eddie Rosario, who had a down year. So the Braves bottom out and declined their team option for the second year of his contract. He left pretty well. Hitting was so 23. So that's about the gist I can give you on Rosario. I don't know all that much about him. Teoscar Hernandez, on the other hand, I do know a lot. Like I said, right fielder, he's on the Mariners. I've seen him play a lot on TV, in person, and more. He will probably get that QL and or a straight extension offer from the Mariners unless they decide to jump into the Italian race. And then you have JD Martinez, who's just a straight DH, and I don't think he's going to get that qualifying offer from the Dodgers, as they'll probably be in the top 2 or 3, if not the most hard going for Otani. As much as I don't want to see him change from Angels Red to Dodgers Blue, I do know that their front office will be giving him a big contract offer. DH/outfielder Jock Peterson, again, another former Dodger, and that now will be former Giant if he doesn't re-sign with them. If you're looking for a designated hitter or outfielder to play left or right, Jock's your guy. You're gonna get a lot of strikeouts though. You're looking at 100 plus, close to 200 strikeouts. And finally, you have first baseman / DH Carlos Santana of Brewers, and he will most likely get a short-term deal, 1 or 2 years, maybe 3. His agent does a good job, and that's about it for the free agents that are of note right now. And again, at the end of the day, today on Monday, we'll find out who did and didn't get a qualifying offer, and who did and didn't get to decline or take that offer. I expect majority of these guys, Otani, Gray, Snell, Noah, Bellinger, obviously. Hoskins is really wild card one for me, and Chapman, Soler, Hernandez, and Martinez. Most likely will not see any of those except a qualifying offer this year. Thank you for watching and listening. And if you are listening on one of the podcast streaming services, you can watch this on YouTube at youtube.com/@between the chalk lines. And if you follow on TikTok, Twitter, or Instagram, you can find us at Between Chalk Lines. And we're giving away that 93 Derek Jeter rookie card, PSA Mint 9 grade. Announce the winner on the next episode. I'm actually interviewing Cash Shake, President and CEO of Baseball United LLC. They're based out of Dubai. Just had their first draft ever 2 weeks ago. They have some former players that are both in the league and investing in the league, such as Mariano Rivera, Felix Hernandez, Bartolo Colon, Robinson Cano, and more. And if you have any questions, if you follow on any of the socials to try and get this card, you can also drop a question if you want, and I will try and get that in with the time that I have with Mr. Shake. Yeah, thank you for watching Between Chalk Lines, all baseball talk, all the time. Check us out next time.